Across the world, people think they know what a geisha is. Some imagine exotic entertainers. Others see mysterious women in white makeup and silk kimonos. But the truth is far deeper. A geisha is not a courtesan, not simply a dancer, and not just a figure from Japan's past. She is an artist, one who has carried Japan's cultural soul through centuries. Today, let's spend one day in the life of a geisha. We'll explore not only her daily routine, but also her history, her hidden struggles, and her global legacy. By the end, you'll see why geisha are more than symbols. They are living traditions of elegance, resilience, and art. Mourning for a geisha begins later than most. Since her nights stretch until after midnight, the day starts with calm. But unlike an ordinary mourning, hers is filled with ritual. A maiko, an apprentice, will wake to continue her training. Hours of shamisen practice, endless repetition of traditional dances, mastering the art of tea ceremony. While most of us start our day with coffee, a geisha starts hers with discipline. She polishes not only her skills, but also her presence, how to bow, how to sit, even how to smile with dignity. In the afternoon, it is time to dress. This is no casual act. Her kimono can weigh up to 20 pounds, and it takes another person to help tie the obi sash. Every detail is symbolic. The colors reflect her stage of life. The length of her sleeves shows whether she is still a maiko, and her hairpins mark the seasons. Dressing is an art form in itself, a conversation between the body and tradition. Geisha live in ochaya, traditional houses where their journey begins. Here, the hierarchy is strict. Younger maiko obey their seniors, and everyone contributes to the household. This isn't just about discipline, it's about community. A geisha is never alone. Her house is her family, her school, and her foundation. As the sun sets, transformation begins. White makeup is carefully applied, with red around the eyes and lips. For a maiko, the neck is left partially bare, a subtle hint of beauty in Japanese aesthetics. Hair is styled in elaborate shapes, held by pins that themselves carry meaning. This process takes patience, and sometimes pain. But when it's complete, the geisha is ready to step into another world. The ozashiki, the evening banquet, is the heart of a geisha's work. Here, she entertains guests not with seduction, but with conversation, music, and dance. The shamisen plays, the sake flows, and laughter fills the room. But beneath the joy lies precision. Every gesture, every movement is controlled. To the outsider, it may look effortless. In reality, it is the result of years of discipline. Across the globe, geisha are often misunderstood. Some confuse them with courtesans. Others romanticize them as mysterious lovers, but in truth, geisha are guardians of tradition. Their role is to preserve Japan's classical arts, dance, music, tea ceremony, while embodying grace. The world may project fantasy onto them, but their reality is one of cultural preservation. Yet being a geisha is not only about beauty, it is also sacrifice. Many give up marriage and ordinary family life. Their commitment is to art. Behind the painted face lies a woman of discipline, strength, and often solitude. This side of the story is rarely told, but it is what gives geisha their quiet power. Once, geisha houses thrived across Japan. Today, only a handful remain, mostly in Kyoto. Why? Because the modern world is faster, louder, and less patient for tradition. And yet, geisha survive, tourists still flock to Gion. Apprentices still train. The art still breathes. But the story doesn't end in Japan. From Hollywood films to anime, from cosplay to fashion runways, the image of the geisha has traveled worldwide. Some interpretations distort, others celebrate. Yet one thing is clear, the geisha continues to inspire. She is both a cultural treasure of Japan and a global icon of elegance. As the banquet ends, the geisha returns home. She removes the heavy kimono, washes off the white paint, and sits once again as herself. Her day may be over, but her legacy continues. Because being a geisha is not just a job, it is carrying centuries of tradition, art, and resilience into the present. And that is why, even in the 21st century, geisha still matter. So the next time you see that painted face, remember, behind the image is a living artist, a cultural guardian, and a woman whose life is both extraordinary and deeply human. Geisha are not relics of the past. They are living traditions. And their story reminds us that true art requires discipline, sacrifice, and heart. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Japanese culture, don't forget to subscribe for more stories from myth, history, and tradition around the world. And tell me, what surprised you most about the life of a geisha? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective.